All right, there we go. All right, you all set? You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. All right, so let's start. We're just gonna do, I'm gonna show you basically how to make a sphere first, with the revolve extrude. So you could do is you could just make our line here. Um, we can just make this like a 2-inch line. It doesn't really matter too much here because we're just making a ball. Once we do that, we'll go to our center point arc. That should be the default, unless you've changed it. But you should just go to center point arc, and then your first click is going to be the center point of it. So we're going to click on the middle point of the line. It should kind of make itself pop out. So from there, we'll click on the midpoint, then we'll click on one end of the line, and then we'll click on the other end of the line. And that should give us a like a semicircle.
Yeah, I got that.
Cool. And it should be fully defined right off the bat after
Oh,
you added this one. Not quite.
it's not for me. I'm
Um,
not sure why though.
try so see these points on the top and bottom.
I
Try
clicked when I did it, I clicked them both, yeah.
okay. See, so grab like the actual arc of it and try dragging it back and forth and seeing what moves.
Oh, it turned black.
Oh,
I
it
guess
did?
it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then you're good. Awesome.
It was a
Sometimes
little
that'll
weird.
happen. I think it's just because you
Yeah.
had it selected, it was still blue. Yeah, because like when you
Yeah,
select
that might
it,
yeah, that might have been.
cool. All right, well, nice. All right, so now we're just gonna exit the sketch, or we don't have to, I guess. We can stay in the sketch and go to features, or yeah, we can. So all you have to do, and you can do this outside of the sketch as well, it doesn't matter too much. You just click revolve base, and like before, so what we're gonna do first here is it's gonna ask for an axis of revolution. That's basically what line we want to do this revolve around. So in our case, we're going to click the center line because we want to basically revolve this half circle around, and that's going to make a sphere. So I can click that, and it automatically is going to select, kind of like how we were doing the boss extrudes, how it would like occasionally like automatically know what we wanted to extrude. Here it automatically knew what we wanted to revolve. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just had to click the axis. If I hit check, I have a ball now. And that's how you can make a sphere in SolidWorks. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we want to do? So let's say we wanted to maybe cut like a groove. Oh, that's weird. So let's say we wanted to like maybe cut just like a little square groove that went all the way around the sphere, right? I'm just going to
Right.
show one quick way you could do that. For some reason, my viewing is being really weird right now. You can see all those gray boxes. So what we're going to do, let's start a new sketch, right? And for our plane, we're going to select the top plane, in this case. Really, or whatever plane you're facing, depending on what you're oriented. Just you can actually pick any of these planes. So just pick a plane that you're going to sketch on.
You just okay, hold on.
Hold on, I'm going to save
I
this.
think
I'm going to just save this real quick and close out because it's being really weird with the views. So let me just keep throwing gray boxes at me. So I'm just going to close out of that and reopen it. All right, so start a sketch. You can pick any plane because obviously it's a sphere, so no matter what direction you're looking at it, it's all going to be the same. And what we're going to do is let's make a little square notch, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some straight lines. And see how if you're on like the border of the sphere, it kind of glows as like a circle almost.
yeah.
For our lines, we're going to have our first point touching that. We're going to come off like with a kind of a horizontal line and do a quick vertical one. And then we'll do our last one. We'll make sure we're ending it now back on the edge of the sphere. And that's just going to make sure that it's well on the edge. That way we're not cutting inwards or, our cuts going too far out. This way it's kind of right on the edge of the sphere.
Is it okay if it's like a little bit slanted, like the
Oh, your
rectangle
lines?
on there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
not the
fine.
lines are slanted, like everything's like parallel, but like that thing itself is slanted. That's fine, right?
Yeah, click on the line.
Okay.
Does it say it's horizontal or does it not? Or vertical?
It doesn't really say it's anything.
So you
I
don't
don't
have like
know.
the horizontal relation on it? Well,
Or it's,
so
it's
oh,
I don't know.
if you look at my screen, does it have this little like horizontal line icon underneath it? Like this little
It
relation?
it has a different thing. It does have something like that. It's perpendicular.
Oh, it has. Okay, so you made the lines perpendicular to each other. Try clicking on
Mm-hmm.
what you want to be horizontal, right? And then you can go over to add relations and click horizontal, and that will make it perfectly straight and horizontal. Give that a try.
Okay.
Did it work?
Oh yeah, it worked. It made it
Awesome.
horizontal. Yeah.
All right, so now let's just add a dimension or two. So we're gonna decide how thick we want this cut to be. So maybe I want it to be, because this is a 2-inch diameter sphere. So maybe I want it to be 0.25. That sounds fair. And now one thing to notice, like we haven't defined the length of these lines at all. So let's do that real quick. Or well, first, one thing that's kind of weird. So I can move it like this cut almost up and down on the sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do something about that. I want this to be perfectly centered. Do you have any ideas on how I can make sure that this cut's going to be perfectly centered? And by that I
Yeah.
mean like it's basically, right on this line here instead of being, all the way up. I think you know. I don't know if you have any ideas.
All right. I'm not too sure.
All right. Well, there's a couple. So I'll give you one. I'll show a couple. So the
Okay.
first one we can do is if we make both of these lines equal, right? Notice how if I
Yeah.
move it farther up on the sphere, right, this line gets shorter than this one. And if I move it
Mm-hmm.
down on the sphere, this line gets shorter than the other one. The only time the lines will
Yeah.
be equal is if it's like kind of centered on it. So what we could do is if we set them both to equal, you can kind of see it shifts it down. And now we can't move it up or down anymore because this is the only area where the two lines will be equal length. So that's like one thing you can do. So I'm going to get rid of that though. Here's another thing you can do. If I make like a line just to show almost like a midline of the sphere, what I can do is
Mm-hmm.
if I click on the line option, I see these 4 points pop up on the sphere. 1, 2, 3, 4, all on the edge. What I can do is if I click on the 2 points that are horizontal from each other, then I'll make this line a construction line by clicking on it and clicking this construction box. Oh, that didn't work. That's okay. I could make that work, but that's gonna be a little difficult. So let's just stick with the equal relation, or make the two lines equal. So now we can't move it up and down. And then we just need to say how long we want these lines to be. So how deep it is, we'll just say 0.5. Are you following along still?
Yep, I'm good. I'm putting in the dimensions.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh.
Oh, issue?
Oh, so I put in the 0.5, but then it moved it all the way to the top.
Did you do the equal sign thing already?
Yeah.
Moved it all the way up to the top. Try getting rid
That
of
was. Oh wait, hold on. I'm
okay.
gonna get rid of it.
You're gonna get rid of the 0.5. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I think what could have
Oh
happened.
yeah, that's weird. It doesn't even though I did the equal thing, it doesn't stay in the middle. It just makes the lines equal.
It just made these equal.
Yeah, it just means the lines equal.
Did you
It can open around this thing.
I see. Did you make sure that these two lines are both horizontal and that this one's vertical? if you want, you could just add those relations now.
Hold
So
on.
make,
Vertical.
those two horizontal and then this one here vertical. That might help.
Oh,
with your-
now it's stuck. Now it's stuck. I had to
Now
make
it's good?
that line vertical.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, nice. Glad that worked out. Okay, now try adding the 0.5 and hopefully that'll work.
Yeah, that worked. That worked this time.
Awesome. Yeah, and a lot of times when you're doing SolidWorks, you'll kind of figure out that to get something fully defined. I know earlier we were just defining everything with dimensions, but using those relations is really helpful. You want to make sure you're using them right, but they're really useful.
Yeah.
And just to close this, actually, I'm going to check real quick. SolidWorks might actually still, oh, no, hold on. We can't do it yet. So one last thing we need to add, we need to kind of close this off now, because right now we just have an open box like this here. We haven't sketched anything here. We want to like close that off. So what we're going to do another center point arc. And we're going to put the center point, we'll just put it close to the center of the sphere. Don't worry if it's not perfect. And
Okay.
we're going to select, I made a mistake. Okay, go back here. So we're going to select this point as our first one. And then we'll kind of just drag it down a bit and we'll just click there. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it, but you can kind of see it's not perfect right now. So just have it to one point, and then because we didn't perfectly center it.
So you want to have it out? You want to have it out a little bit from the thing?
You could have it just have an arc somewhere, really. If you have like a shortish arc, you're fine.
Okay.
And you put the point roughly in the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That'll just make it easier to find. So let's click on the point of our arc. And then let's click on the edge of our sphere. This is going to be a new relation here. So see how one of the options is concentric?
The edge of the sphere.
Yeah. Are you able to select that? Like kind of like this, I guess spheres don't have edges, but the way we're looking at it, the sphere's just a circle. So kind of click on the edge of that circle. I can do it again if you want to watch.
I'm clicking on it, but it doesn't really do anything. I don't know.
So click.
Do you want me to wait? You want me to click on the edge of the circle, not the line we just did, right?
No, not the line we just did. So click on the point.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry, you have to hold shift while you're clicking on the edge of the circle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I clicked on the circle itself, not the edge. Oh man, I got a first try before and now I'm messing it up. Embarrassing.
I don't know, it's not really working for me.
Is the whole circle just glowing?
Yeah, it's just going blue.
Yeah, all right. So one thing, do you have a mouse now?
Yeah, I've had a mouse.
Oh, okay. Oh, someone didn't. All right.
Yeah,
So
that was
click on your-
Taylor, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So click on your point,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes in SolidWorks it's gonna be hard to select stuff. So try just like zooming in a little bit on the edge of the circle. So
Yeah.
mouse wheel just kind of zoom in after you click the point. Now hold shift and try clicking the edge. Oh, I messed it up. You want to click like just outside the circle and it should work. Like I got it there.
Oh yeah, I got it.
You got it? Cool. And you have the point and the edge selected?
0.10 silhouette edge, yeah.
Perfect. So now try clicking concentric. Concentric is basically going to say, basically having two things centered within each other. So it's basically going to put the point in the center of that circle.
Okay.
There we go. Which actually really nice. I love concentric. It's really, really useful. And later on when we talk about assemblies, it's super useful there too. So now if we go back down to our arc, you can kind of see now it's really like in line with the circle. So now we just need to drag this point here down to that point here to close our little box thing.
Back down to the bottom line?
Yeah, because remember how we already
Yeah.
set one point to the top. Now just set the other point to the bottom.
Okay.
And I will say all of that was to a degree show off the coincident or the concentric thing. The other thing we could have done is just right from the start, grab that point, stuck it on that one, and then, oh no, we still would have had to define the center. Yeah, I guess there was no other way. All right, so let's exit our sketch now. And you can use either this button here or this button up top. Just don't click that red X because that'll get rid of everything we did. Oh, I left that underdefined. Can't let
We
that.
have to define it first, right?
Yeah, I deleted my concentric relation, so mine's fully defined. Do you have any blue lines still?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh no.
Yeah, hold on.
Which ones are blue? Yeah, we got to fix
Oh
that.
wait, that was weird. I
It
go
might have just
back
been
on the
because you
sketch
had
and
it
then
selected
it,
before.
huh?
It might have just been because you had it selected before.
That might have been it.
All right,
I
cool.
don't know. It's like gray now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
good. That's good. That's good.
yeah, whenever you have a sketch that you didn't do anything with, it's gray. Like
Okay.
remember our original sketch that we used to make this sphere?
Yeah.
Did it SolidWorks doesn't show it anymore because it's like, well, you already used it, right? Almost. Like if we want,
Right.
we can click this drop down menu and we can still use the sketch for other things, right? And we can even see it, right? There's the sketch we made. But
Oh
unless
yeah.
we actively try to look at it, oh, the other thing you can do, if you want, you can right click on that sketch and hit show, and you can see like the gray lines of the sketch. SolidWorks just hides
Mm-hmm.
it for us because they're like, oh, well, they're done with it, you know? So
Yeah, because we already did something with it.
exactly. Yep. So yeah, SolidWorks tries its best to help us out, but sometimes it doesn't. All right. One thing I want to see, I'm not sure if this will work. I should have tried it beforehand. Can I do that? No. Okay. So let's go back into our sketch actually, because we're going to do the line in the sketch. I was originally hoping to
Okay.
be able to do the line.
To the sketch where the like boxes thing.
Yeah, the one we just did. Yep.
Okay.
I was hoping to try to sneak some reference geometry into here, but I don't think we can do it with this specific shape. So we'll finish this one up and then we'll do a different shape and we'll kind of play around with it there. Yeah, so let's add a line now. So we're gonna click on we're gonna add another line and we're gonna click on this top point of the sphere that kind of highlights itself and go all the way
Yeah.
to
And
the,
then click on the bottom.
yep. And you'll see that define itself. Cool, that's nice. And we're just gonna click for construction. Um,
Board construction.
Yep, for construction. If you click on the line, there should be a little checkbox that just says for construction. It's underneath the relations.
Oh, for construction. My
Yep.
fault.
It'll just turn it into a dotted line and it basically, since it's not part of the shape we're trying to make or the cut we're trying to do,
Yeah.
it's more just there to help us with everything else. So make a construction. Like nothing bad would happen here if we didn't, but it's usually just nice to do. It'll make your life easier later on. So now we're going to go over into features and click on revolved cut. It works the exact way that revolved extrude works, or I'm sorry, revolved boss.
Each.
Basically what you do is you select
Mm.
your axis. In this case, it automatically selected the line for me. And then you have to select your contours, but it already selected the box for me automatically. So I'm all good. I can just hit check. Now we have a sphere with a square cutout.
Wait. Oh, are you supposed to wait? Are you supposed to click the box or the dot in the middle?
Sorry, here, let me delete this. So are you in this sketch or are you out of this sketch doing this?
I'm in the sketch, and then you click on features, and then you go to revolve cut, and what do you do from there?
Revolve cut, and then for the thing, it should say axis of revolution. Click on that construction line we made.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now go down to selected contours. That's where we're kind of selecting what we're trying to cut out. In this case, it's our
And
box.
then
So you would click selected contours and then we would click our box
and then click check.
and then click check.
Oh,
Did it work?
there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
This is bodies to keep though. Um, wait, I don't think it worked actually. I think it got messed up because this. Wait, hold on. So you know how yours has like just a line, just like a cut like straight through the middle?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how I did this, but you know where like the cut was before, like the little box?
Yeah.
Um, that's like where there's like I don't know, there's stuff there, and then there's a cut, and then there's not like there's like three chunks.
Here,
I don't know. Like,
let's try this. I'm going to stop my share And I'm gonna give you screen sharing privileges, and I'm just gonna see if you can, I'm just gonna see.
I'm on my phone, so
Oh, you
I
are?
can try
Oh,
to,
right,
yeah.
right. Hmm. Is there any chance you could just take a picture of your laptop screen and just send it to me in Slack?
Yeah, I can take a picture.
Cool. That's probably the easiest way to look into this. Yeah, I wish we could do these in person because it's a lot easier to show it that way, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I,
far
I,
okay
was,
right now.
I thought the lessons are gonna be in person at first.
That's what my hope was. Um, like I had wanted to do these like last winter or last summer, because I was in
Hmm.
Connecticut, but right now I'm in Massachusetts for work, so I can't really come down to teach them.
Okay, I sent the picture. It's sending right now.
Gotcha. Cool.
Like I don't even know how I got there.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm a
What is
little
your,
confused.
does your sketch look the same as mine?
The sketch. I mean, yeah, it looked exactly the same. Nothing was different.
You just have this little button.
I
Oh, I know what happened. Okay, okay. Hold on. I think I know. So if I go into, okay, so we're gonna go back. Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna,
I delete the this like the cut here?
yeah, go ahead and delete it.
Because okay, yeah, all right.
So there's this
So
thing
now
in SolidWorks called a thin feature, and I think you accidentally did that. So it probably is just because
in.
thin feature. It's kind of weird. I can here, I'll give you a quick demonstration of what that do you have all these lines here and everything's fully defined?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. No, I accidentally moved it, so it was like the spear like went crazy. Anyways,
oh, I
yeah,
see.
I got it.
Well, here's what a thin feature would look like. So like let's say I deleted this arc and tried doing a revolved cut. Thin feature. I think that'll do
So
it.
the only thing different that I
Oh,
noticed was that when I did that, the like yellow lines did not come up.
gotcha. Yellow lines? Oh, like what
Yeah, the yellow lines when you were like cutting it.
yeah. That's usually if you don't see that, that usually means there's something wrong with it.
Oh,
Yeah. So
not too good.
y- unfortunately not. But you were saying you have, oh, that's interesting.
So we stay in the sketch during this, or do we exit it?
Um, yeah, so I am curious, like, so you're saying your sketch looks the same as mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of stumped. Try deleting the arc that we made,
Okay.
and we're gonna do a new one. So we'll place the center. Now that we drew this line here, we won't need to do the concentric relation because we can
Do you
place
want me
the
to
center. Oh,
do you want me to just try doing it again? Like try like maybe it just like messed up or something.
the feature? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you could try redoing the feature.
Yeah. So do I exit the sketch or do I stay in it?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you exit the sketch, just select it in that like kind of feature tree and then click it up in the feature menu, or you can do it in the sketch. You can really do it either way in SolidWorks, and it shouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, it did it again,
Did it
which
again?
is strange. Yeah.
Try going into the sketch and let's remake that arc we did, because I have a feeling that might be where your issue is. I could be totally wrong,
Okay.
but I'm just guessing here.
Oh boy. Oh, oh boy, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, errors in your sketch
I,
now?
you know what? I no, it wasn't an error in my sketch. I was still trying to do like the revolve cut thing, but I don't know. Like I don't even know what happened there.
Gotcha.
There was like the yellow things was moving. It finally came, but then the yellow things were moving around, and I'm not sure what was happening there.
Huh. Could you try going into like the sketch so you can edit it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in the sketch. I'm in the sketch.
So let's delete that arc that we made that was kind of like capping our box.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make a new center point arc. This one will be easier to make because we can use this midpoint of the line as our center point instead of having to do the whole concentric thing.
Yeah.
Like that. Then we'll click here. And then, oh, hold on. Yep. Center point, and one point, and then the other one. There we go. One thing that can happen when you're doing arcs is sometimes it'll go in the opposite direction from what you want. So like
Mm-hmm.
if I go here, see how it wants to draw it like see how it can go like the long way or the short way?
Yeah, it was the right way, but I
It
don't
was the
know.
right way?
Yeah.
That's pretty lucky. I mean, I think there's a way to control which way it goes when you start it, but I haven't figured that out yet. So if it ever goes the wrong way, you can just kind of like trace it back and do
Mm-hmm.
it backwards almost.
Okay.
Definitely not the easiest way to do it, but okay. So we'll make our arc, make sure it starts at one point, ends at the other, and it should be fully defined.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's try doing our cut again. We'll go to revolve
Okay.
cut.
And you click the middle of the line there.
Yeah, and you click you click the line. Yeah, the construction line.
Yeah, so like you just click you just click that line, right? That's it?
I didn't have to click anything. It auto selected everything
Oh,
for me.
um, okay. Then I click the little the box there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then I click. That's so weird. It says it can't do it now.
Hmm.
I don't know what's happening. Come on. I'll try one more time.
Okay.
I'm gonna
The
keep
other
giving it
thing
an
is
effort.
we could also move on and kind of just do the other things real quick, and then we can come back to this and try to fix it.
What thin feature? It says thin features on. How? What?
Yeah, try. So if it says thin feature, can you just uncheck it?
Oh, that's what the problem was. Oh my God. Oh my God, I never clicked that though.
I don't
That's so
know.
weird.
Sometimes it'll automatically select it. Are we all set though?
Yeah, let me try this one more time.
This
Thin
is a
features
great
on
example
again.
though of how annoying thin feature is.
Yeah, this is
Because if
not
you do
fun.
thin feature, yeah, it comes out exactly what, yeah, it throws a bunch.
Um, okay, well now it won't let me do it because the sketch is open apparently. So I'm
Okay.
gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna
If your
get out of
sketch is,
sketch.
if your sketch is
Ugh.
open, if your sketch is open, that means that one of your one of your points isn't touching another. Basically, that box you made, that means that there's basically some points that aren't connected. So it's not like a closed box, it's more of an open one. So you may want
Mm-hmm.
to double check your arc real quick to make sure that both the points are touching the lines.
Okay. It keeps like auto selecting thin feature.
Yeah, usually that just means
Just
it's because you have an open sketch when it does that.
okay. Open. Okay, so let me go back to sketch then. How would I know if it's what is that? Oh my God.
Try like zooming in on
I'm
the
not
box.
even sure.
Oh,
There's like a point there. I don't even know how I got that.
that
There was
must
a
be the
secret line. There was a secret line that I did not see.
there was a secret line.
Well,
No,
yeah, there was a secret line. I don't know. Okay.
it can
Now it should
happen.
be fine.
Should,
Now it should be
let's
absolutely
see.
fine.
Let's see.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see
Fingers
how it
crossed.
goes. Sketch is open. Sketch is currently open. A non-thin.
Still having the same issue.
No. Yeah, it keeps telling me nonsense. The
All right.
sketch isn't open. Oh,
Oh,
oh. Yes, I don't know what happened.
you got it.
It worked this time. This did a lot of stuff, and I just pressed OK.
But did you get it to look like
Mm.
this?
Yes, it finally looks like this. I'm very excited.
Awesome. Usually when you have a thin feature come up or it says something about an open sketch, 90% of the time, that just means you drew two lines and it looked like the points were connected and the lines were touching, but they weren't quite.
Yeah.
And it can be very hard to spot. So, all right, I'm just going to save this. Feel free to save this, and then we're going to start a new part. So just let me know
Okay.
when you saved it and you're ready to start a new one.
I'm so glad that was over.
That can happen too, where like something just isn't working and it takes a while to figure out what. That's kind of why I was mentioning with like the relations to really be careful about what ones you use. Because what'll happen is sometimes you can get into a situation where you added the wrong ones or you added too many. Then you like change a dimension, everything breaks, and then you have to figure out like what's wrong and start deleting everything and remaking everything. Yeah, it can be a little frustrating sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to, well, okay, so what do you want me to do now that I saved it?
Just open up a new part and you can close out of that one. So in SolidWorks, you'll see that there's almost
Top.
two X's you can do. There's this big one up in the top corner that closes the whole program. Don't do that one. There's a tiny one here though that lets you close out of the specific part you're in or the specific.
Oh, okay.
So you can close out of a file without closing out of the program, which is really useful. And
Yeah.
if you have multiple files open and you want to change between them, you kind of just go to the SolidWorks icon down on your toolbar down here, and then you can basically click on the icon. It'll bring up the different files you have open. So you can kind of see my sphere file is still open. And it kind of shows up
Yeah.
different windows for a browser. So you can just close it. And since I saved it, it's fine. But if I hadn't saved it and I try to close it, it'll kind of give me a little warning to save it. All right, so let's start a sketch. So we're going to make a cylinder real quick. How do you know of any ways we can make a cylinder? Give me,
Um,
if I wanted
could
to.
you like make, uh, I'm trying to think, could you make no, could you make like a line and then like wrap it around or something?
So we
We
could
could
do,
do like, do the thing that you did before with the sphere, but like,
yeah, you could do
do
like a rectangular
hmm
and revolve it, and that would give you a cylinder. Yep. Yeah, so that's one way you could do it. And then the other way that I think might be a little easier is we could also just draw a circle and we can extrude that one up. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Right. So those are the
Oh
two.
yeah, extrude. I forgot about extrude. I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, as you learn new things, sometimes it's hard to remember the old ones. It was a
Yeah.
bit of a mean question because we had just covered revolves. So that's kind of what I was expecting you to say. Which way do you want to make the cylinder? It's your call. Would you rather
Um,
revolve or an extrude?
we can do extrude.
Extrude? All right, that'll be the easiest way. So let's just start a quick sketch, and I'm going to do it on the top plane. I'm going to make a quick circle, and I'm just going to make it, say, 5 inches. Nope. Nope. You got the circle?
Yep.
Cool. So let's go to a features. We'll do an extrude, and we'll extrude it, say, 10 inches. There we go. Hit check. Now we have a nice cylinder. So with this one, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use reference geometry, which is pretty useful. So let me know when you're ready. You have a cylinder, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So so in reference geometry, there's a bunch of different stuff. The main ones we'll end up using.
Oh, is that like a thing I'm supposed to click?
Um, what do you mean? Oh yeah, if you go into features, you'll see reference
Yeah.
geometry, and there's a
Oh,
little,
I see it now.
yeah, sorry. And yeah, you can either do plane axis or a bunch of these other things. I'll be honest, I've only ever used planar axis. Um,
hmm
they're very useful, and I'm sure these ones are useful as well. I've never had to use them before though. But we'll be talking a little bit about planar axis right now. So first, let's try making an axis, right? So we'll do the drop down for reference geometry and click on axis. So, and you'll see it gives us a bunch of different ways to make a line, right? So we can click an already existing line and it'll just basically add another line there, and that's our reference geometry. That's one thing we can do. We can click on two planes, and when two planes intersect, they form a line. and it'll basically make a line at that point. That's kind of like some math stuff, like some pretty fancy geometry, but
Yeah.
and there are some things in SolidWorks that I think you can get more use out of the better you are at geometry. But this is one of those cases where if you have two planes that intersect, they're going to intersect at a line. But yeah, another thing you can do is if you just click on 2 points, it'll make the line between them. This is the one we're going to use, cylindrical or conical face. Basically, if you click on a cylindrical face, which would basically be this face here, so it goes around a cylinder.
The one that goes around.
Yep. What that's
Okay.
going to do is it's just going to make a center line. So a line basically just popping out of the center. And then finally,
There we go.
you could do a point in plane or a point in face. So like let's say I had a point somewhere up here. I could put this point in this face, and it would basically just draw a line going from the point down to the face, and the line would be perpendicular to this face. So basically go straight up out of the face and hit the point. So those are a couple different ways to do an axis for reference geometry. I've mainly used them with just cylindrical faces. I've also used it occasionally with the line edge axis and the point and face one, but this is probably the most common one that I use. And it's the one we'll use here, but it's kind of just important to know how to use it. So let's just click our conical face, or sorry, cylindrical face, and you can kind of see it gives us a little preview
Yeah.
of what the line's going to look like. So we'll hit check, and boom, now we have a axis, and it shows up here under the feature menu. So,
It's supposed to be blue, just to make sure.
yes, yep,
Okay.
that is a good question. Yeah, it's the reason why it's blue is because we could still move it up and down, but it doesn't really matter in this case.
Okay.
So what's kind of cool about these is remember how in our last one we drew that line in our sketch to revolve around? Remember when we were like doing the box cut? Like the little box.
Last time?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
oh no. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The last file we just finished.
Oh yeah.
And we kind of had to make the line in our sketch, and that was the line we revolved around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we can use this axis to do the same thing. So let's try making a sketch. So let's do a sketch, and we'll select with the little feature drop down, we'll select the right plane in this case.
So right.
Yep. Let me know when you're ready.
All right.
Cool. And this is going to be a way easier one to make because we don't have to worry about that arc. We'll just select the corner rectangle, and we'll click the first point to be on kind of like the line here, this up and down line that makes up this
Wait.
cylinder. Oh,
It's not. Okay, hold on. It doesn't say it's clicking on this. Like it.
oh, it doesn't like highlight or anything?
No, it's like what you know how like you go on the sketch and you have to like pick a side.
Yep.
It's like stuck. It's like stuck. I don't know. Like it's not.
Uh,
It's not going into like.
yeah. Here, can you look at my screen real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So once you do your first sketch, it doesn't do the pop-up of all our planes anymore. Because it's
Yeah.
well, SolidWorks kind of assumes that the rest of the sketches we'll do are going to be based off of this part here. So
Yeah.
if you still want to draw on one of the old planes, you have to go to this here, this little drop down,
Oh.
and then we'll click.
Oh, so are we not doing a new one? Are we doing an old one?
Oh, we are doing a new sketch.
Oh, okay.
But once you hit new sketch, or here,
You can just click right plane. I get it. I get
the other
it. I
thing you
see
can
that
do
now.
is in our feature tree, you'll see that right plane is still there. We can click right plane there and then click sketch. So
Okay.
whatever's easiest for you, whatever makes the most sense. Yeah. So now let's do our little sketch. So we'll make a quick rectangle. The first point we'll have be on the side of our cylinder, and the other point will, just be here-ish.
So just like anywhere, just
Yep, just draw a
put it as long as
rectangle.
it's on the
Make sure one
side.
of the sides is kind of along the side of our cylinder.
Okay.
So now to make this rectangle centered, do you have any ideas on how we could do that? It's like, see how this currently is not centered. I want it to be like centered,
Yeah.
kind of like this, kind of just eyeballing it. Do you have any ideas on how we could do that?
Do you do the same thing that we did with the sphere? Like
Not quite, because
well no, that's not right because that's a different thing.
Yeah, and these ones are going to be
Um,
equal anyways, right? Because it's between two parallel lines. So like no matter what we do, we couldn't make this one longer than this one because this one's vertical. And if we made this one longer, we get an angle. So they're already forced to be equal. Just by
do-
the relation.
I'm not. I don't know.
It's okay. This one is definitely a tricky one. So what we can do is let's click the line option, right? And here, let's do this. So I'm going to move this rectangle like all the way up here. So just kind of grab the bottom line and drag it all the way up kind of close to the top of the cylinder like this
Yeah.
to kind of get it out of the way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to select a line, right? And let's do this. So if we go on one of the edges of the cylinder, you'll see the little center point highlight itself. We're going to click on that.
Mm-hmm.
Other side of the line will go to the center point on the other side. We're going to click it. And we should get a fully defined line. We're going to make it into a construction line.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Awesome. So now here's what we can do. Let's see. So what we can do is if we can find the midpoint of this line, or let's do this instead. Let's click on the construction line we just made.
Mm-hmm.
Point's not showing up. All right, never mind. So let's do this. Let's click on the point. So see, I can make a point here.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna go over to the line on our rectangle that we've sketched so far.
And you put one in the middle?
And we'll put it on the midpoint. Yeah. Because if the midpoint doesn't pop up when you want it to, what you can do is you can just place a point on the midpoint, and then you'll always have something you can kind of grab onto. So we'll click that little midpoint point, and then shift click and click our construction line. And
This point. So you click the point and then you
yep,
shift click on the construction line and then oh, midpoint, I assume, right?
not quite right.
Or
You'd think.
yeah, that just
Midpoint
makes sense because it's mid.
What midpoint would do is it would take this point and make it the middle point of this line here. So basically take
Oh.
this point and put it here at the middle, which isn't quite what we want, because then if we tried to revolve cut it, we would basically cut all the way through our cylinder because it's going to the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we want to click is coincident. That's going to make the midpoint of this line be on this line. And if we click it, you'll kind of see what happens. So
Yeah, just like auto adjust itself.
auto adjust itself, and look at now. As I move these, it's always going to be centered, because the center of this line here is basically kind of connected to the center of the cylinder.
So now we just need to define these lines.
Yep, now we just need to add some dimensions. Yeah. And as you practice a bit, like, yeah, it can be a little unintuitive how to do some of this, like how do you center this on this and all that stuff. But when you practice more with like relations and using construction lines, you'll kind of get a better feel for it. So I'm gonna make
Yeah.
it 1.5 inches deep. Oh, that just made it 1. That's fine. You can make these dimensions whatever you want. Pick whatever you'd like. Make that 4. Yeah, I tried doing 1.5. My 5T doesn't work very well. And then once we have that dimension, we're gonna just exit sketch. Are you all set?
Yep.
Awesome. So now let's do this. So we're gonna click our sketch in the feature tree. We're not gonna open it, we're just gonna click it so it's highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
Go over to revolved cut. Oh, I messed that up. Hold on. Actually, just click revolved cut. That'll make it easier. Never mind. Yeah, sorry. You want to select the axis that we made.
Okay.
I haven't done this in a while. So we're going to click the axis that we made with the reference geometry.
And then click revolve cut.
No, we did it right the first time. You have to click your sketch and then revolve cut. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
The only thing is we're going to change our axis of revolution. So right now, see how it says like line at sketch 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which line that is, but that's not the one we want. So we're going to click it, hit delete, and we're going to click the axis we made instead. And now it works. There we go.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
You clicked which axis? Sorry, I was
no
deleting the
worries.
thing.
No, that's kind of on me. I was kind of rushing there. So we click sketch, we hit revolved cut. Now, do you see how under axis of revolution it says like line at sketch
Hmm.
something?
Yeah,
We don't
I
want,
deleted that.
we're going to delete that. Click it, hit delete. And then while that box is still highlighted, we're going to click on our axis, the one that we made with our reference geometry.
Oh, and then it highlights it, and then you just press check, and then it.
Yep, and it worked. So
Yes.
instead of having our line be in our sketch, we were able to have our line be outside of our sketch. And if you ever are using reference geometry, like we're done with this axis now. If we don't want to see it anymore, we can just right click on it and kind of hit hide. Remember how before I,
Hide.
yep, hide. If you right click on the feature, there should be an eyeball on
Oh, yeah.
it. Say hide. And you could right click on it again, click where that same eyeball was, and it should say show now. And it's the same thing with the sketches, right? Where we're able to right click it and show it or hide it. You can do that with anything, which is kind of fun. So yeah,
There it is.
there it is.
There it is.
So what I'll probably do, so if anyone's listening to the recording, save this because we'll use it in our next lesson. Because I'm probably going to do planes on the next lesson. I was hoping to cover it in this one, but we're at 7:04, so I don't want it to run too far over. So we'll call it here. And yeah, there we go.
All right.